Hello, in this issue, I will tell you about the most unusual places of our planets. Of course, there are a huge number of them, but I singled out 5 that, in my opinion, are very interesting. 1. Darvaz in Turkmenistan. Darvaz is a burning cave in Turkmenistan. Imagine a desert all around and suddenly among the sands a crater from which a flame escapes, a real entrance to the underworld. The locals call this place the Gates of Hell. Here, in the very center of the famous Karakum Desert, there is a burning crater with a diameter of 60 meters and 20 deep. The gas in the well comes straight from the ground, splitting into many torches. Individual flames reach 10 to 15 meters in height. In 1971, geologists in Turkmenistan were drilling wells for gas production and stumbled upon an underground pit. The drilling rig with all the equipment and vehicles fell down. Fortunately, people were not injured. From technogenic crater went natural gas, so that no one was poisoned in the area. Set on fire. And since then, unquenchable torches have been burning, scaring tourists and nomads. 2 Uni Salt Flats. The Uni Salt Marsh is the world's largest salt marsh, covering an area of 10,500 square kilometers. It is located in the southwest of Bolivia. On top of the salt marsh is covered with a hard crust of salt of various thicknesses, from several tens of centimeters to 10 meters in the center. During the rainy season from November to March, the salt marsh is covered with a layer of water up to 30 centimeters. When a thin layer of water covers the surface of the salt marsh, a mirror effect is created. Clouds are visible not only from above in the sky, but also from below under your feet. The landscapes are simply unimaginable. The impressions are as if people and cars are floating in the clouds. 3 Island of the Dolls in Mexico. You can get into this realm of fear by boat. Opening views will appeal to fans of films about the Chucky killer doll. Every tree and every building on the island is hung with creepy dolls with empty eye sockets, broken limbs, and crushed heads. All this on the island was arranged by a guy named Julian Barrero. Once when a girl drowned in a canal, he accidentally found a cuckoo at the place of her death. Believing that the toy is connected with the spirit deceased, Barrero left her on the island, and then found another doll and could no longer stop, continuing to collect discarded dolls for next 50 years. A crazy Mexican who, by the way, liked to drink, even built a hut on the island where he settled. Collection of mutilated toys continued to grow. Once, the island suddenly went underwater and soon surfaced again, but by that time its inhabitant had already disappeared without a trace. Only dolls remained. To look at which tourists who are not indifferent to horror stories go today. 4. Death Valley in Kamchatka, Russia. Not so many tourists come to Kamchatka, but if you find yourself there, be careful. On the territory of the Kranatsky Nature Reserve is the Valley of Death. Animals entering there die from poisoning. The same fate awaits a person if he spends too much time there. The secret of the valley in poisonous gases rising in this place from the depths of the earth. There are several similar places in the world, but the recipe for a poisonous cocktail from Kamchatka is especially dangerous to all living things. As scientists have found out, it quickly causes paralysis, so the beast, although it senses danger, cannot leave the valley. 5 Easter Island in Chile. One of the most mysterious places on Earth is Easter Island, on which there are huge carved figures of giants ingrown into the ground, under the weight of millennia. On Easter Island no one else knows the secret. Manufacturing and moving as well as installing these giant statues, growing up to 21 meters and weighing up to 90 tons. But after all, they were often moved more than 20 kilometers from the quarry where the ancient sculptors worked. Now on the island where a powerful civilization once flourished, life is barely glimmering and no one knows where the mysterious builders came from and where they then disappeared.